Hi there, first years whānau. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty well. Sun is shining again. It was very, very rainy last night, but sun's out again. Whole place that I can see out my window here is looking beautiful. With all the autumn colours, lots of different interesting leaves out there. Today I want to read to you The Obvious Elephant by Bruce Robinson and Sophie Windham. And some of you might notice behind me I have something new. I have an artwork. This is actually a drawing that my son Nate did of me. He did it a couple of years ago now, but I love this drawing, and it's actually normally on the opposite side. But I was looking at some of these videos and realised that they were looking kind of bare behind me, so I thought I'd put something there to make it look a little bit more interesting. Anyway, The Obvious Elephant. Imagine a town in a country where simple things like an elephant had never been seen or heard of. Well, not so long ago there was a town exactly like that. And one day the people awoke to find an elephant sitting bewildered in the main square, mopping his brow with a red spotted handkerchief, and wondering how he got there. At first, people were afraid of him, but he seemed so friendly that they soon lost their fear and went over to speak to him out of curiosity. "What's your name?" they asked, "and what are you?" "I don't know," said the elephant, "and I haven't got a name. I don't know what I am." The people looked confused. How could a thing as big as this have no name and not know what it was? "You've got no business not to have a name," they said. "You've got no business not knowing what you are." "I know what he is," said a little boy who was 7 3/4 and known locally for telling tall stories. He told them he'd seen bears on the moon. His name, and it was his name because it was embroidered on either sock, was Eric, and no one ever listened to him. "I know exactly what it is." "Quiet," said a policeman. "I'm going to poke him with this stick and see what he does." The policeman poked him, and as expected, the elephant didn't like it. "Maybe he wants plugging in," said someone. "Wants wiring up." "He's not electric," said Eric. "Look at that nozzle on him," someone said. "What's that for?" No one knew except Eric, and no one was listening to him. "All right, I've got it," said a train driver. "It's obvious what it is. It's a new type of railway engine." So they took the elephant to the railway station and got him connected to a train, but he wouldn't move. "Why doesn't he go?" asked everyone. "Give him some coal." "But I don't like coal," said the elephant. "I like buns and cakes." "If you like buns and cakes," said the train driver, "then you can't be a train. I wonder what you could be." "I'll tell you what he is," said Eric. "Oh, do be quiet," said various grown-ups. "All right, it's obvious what he is," said a fireman. "He's a fire engine. Look at his hose. That's what the long nozzle is for. Give him to me and I'll put a fire out with him." So they took the elephant to a fire and pointed him at the flames. But he didn't like that at all. He was frightened of the red and yellow blaze. "Oh, no. He can't be a fire engine," said the rubbish man. "He doesn't like fire, but it's obvious what he is." "What's that?" they all asked, except for Eric, who knew. "He's a modern type of refuse collecting machine," said the rubbish man. "A type of vacuum cleaner." So they took the elephant round the streets to empty all the rubbish bins. But the elephant sucked up so much rubbish that he nearly burst. "He's no good," they said. "He's a rotten thing, whatever he is. He can't do anything." The elephant looked upset. But he must do something, said the train driver, and the fireman and the rubbishman. Let's take him to the professor to examine. The elephant looked very frightened. Don't worry, said Eric, holding up a great big ear to whisper. The professor is a nice old duffer. And anyway, I'll come with you. Will you, said the elephant. Of course I will, said Eric. I'll look after you. The elephant seemed very happy to have found a friend. And circling Eric with his trunk, he lifted him up and put him on top of his head like a hat. All eyes were looking up at Eric. It was a good place to sit. And off they all went to see the professor. Interesting, said the professor. Very interesting indeed. He took measurements and photographs, some with Eric in them, made detailed drawings, carried out scientific tests, and worked out plans. At last he came to his conclusion. And first, said the professor, I thought this great, big, enormous, and quite huge thing might be a strange sort of submarine. It was the periscope that confused me, but after further research and consultation with my friend the driver, I now feel sure. I'm confident to tell you that it is. Yes, they all asked. It is, said the professor. Yes. A big, The professor hesitated, trying to remember the word. A big, Yes, they all asked. A big what? Elephant, shouted Eric, still on the elephant's head. Yes, confirmed the professor. That's what it is. An elephant, no more, no less. What does it do? They asked. It does nothing, said Eric. It simply is an elephant. Yes, of the long-nosed variety, added the professor. Well, they all said, that makes all the difference. If he's an elephant, he's an elephant. I can't think why we didn't think of it before. The people of the town were very pleased and proud with their elephant. So pleased they built him a special house and a garden in the park, with a greenhouse to grow his vegetables, melons, carrots, cucumbers, which the professor discovered was his proper food. Thank you for my lovely house, said the elephant to all his guests at the moving-in party. But if you wouldn't mind, there's one more thing I'd like. You can have anything, they said. What is it? A name, he replied. A name? Your name's Elephant. No, it isn't, said the elephant. I want a proper name. Everyone looked confused until Eric had an idea. Lifting the big ear, he put another whisper into it. He asked the elephant if he could have a look at the red spotted handkerchief he'd arrived with. I thought so, he exclaimed. 100% cotton. That's what's embroidered on your handkerchief, and if my socks are anything to go by, that's got to be your name. It's obvious, everyone agreed, with a great round of applause. His name is 100% cotton. Everybody was very happy. The whole town was very happy. And it made 100% cotton and his new pal Eric very happy too. The end. Hope you liked the story. I hope you like seeing some art next to me as well. Such a great picture. And I hope you're having a great day. I'll see you later.